Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading and it's going to be mystery message. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so, but for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hey group 1. So for this group, I'm hearing that you've overcome a lot of karmic battles and it feels as though you're coming out the other side. For some of you, I just feel like you've been put through your paces, or there's been a cycle that may have felt repetitive or never ending. With 7 of Swords and Ace of Swords, I keep hearing that song. It's an older song, but it was Release Me by Agnes. And there's this sense of finally being released from something that was holding you back is what I want to say. A barrier, a block. It could be a karmic pattern, or even for some of you, a belief system, but it could have tripped you up. For some of you as well, I'm drawn here to this snake, and I feel like there could have been some snaky energy that you had to cut from your life or clear, but it's like you're coming into a cycle where everything's coming in now, right? Where you're able to ultimately, you've become a very powerful manifester because of the changes that you've gone through internally. I feel like you've successfully transmuted a lot of these frequencies, these limiting beliefs, these fears. And with the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands, I'm getting a very empowered energy and really feeling as though I just heard you can take on the world, or you're able to create and do anything essentially. With the Hierophant and the Magician as well, I just feel like everything's coming in for you, right? But with this Warrior, I keep hearing it's been a long, hard fight, or there's been a specific, whether this be like a person, relationship pattern, belief system that you had to really push past. And it could be in more than one ways with Ace of Swords. For some of you, you may have felt as though you kept coming against blocks in the physical world. Like you were trying to manifest something, but then every time you would attempt to or try to, it just wouldn't pan out, or there'd be another obstacle show up. And I feel like that time of setbacks, disappointments, or feeling held back in general has come to an end. And it's like, but this is in more areas than one, because with 8 of Pentacles and Hierophant, I'm getting really strong energy around career success and improvements in finances. And with 4 of Wands, I'm getting, connection. So for some of you, could have been trying to manifest some big shifts or changes in more than one area. And it's like now things are transpiring, or now things are coming together for you. And with the 9 of Pentacles, I am getting the energy for some of you. This could have been a long time coming, or there was a level of patience necessary. But I almost feel like these challenges or cycles turned you into the warrior. And had you not been through some of these experiences, you may not have had, the passion, the energy, the fortitude to really push through. Because I'm hearing for some of you, you've developed almost this powerhouse energy. Yeah, it's like you've learned to harness the fire with this volcano to transmute that energy into personal strength. And it's like it's fanning your flames is what I want to say. And had you not gone through these experiences, I don't feel that this would have happened or occurred or played out this way. And with the Hierophant as well, I'm getting this energy of you being fully grown at a soul level, right? And obviously growth is ongoing, but there's a sense that you've come into your fullest power, potential. Some of you are leaders, or there's something that you're here to really do and share, and there's a level of confidence that you needed to attain to be able to reach this, and I feel like you have now. But it could have, again, taken you some time or some cycles in order to cultivate this energy. For some of you, I keep getting like you may resonate with being that powerhouse, or you may have a lot of, I'm getting a really strong energy, like fire energy, fixed energy, like a force of nature. But again, how does someone step into that frequency? Normally there's certain challenges or difficulties you go through that help you reach that potential. It doesn't just happen overnight. And I feel for this group, you've been put through your paces, but Spirit is saying the tides are turning. For those of you who felt like you've had to be in more of a doing energy, a masculine energy, now it's like it's time to receive. You're shifting into more of that ebb and flow, surrender. But it may have taken a lot of energy or passion or drive to get you here. I also feel like your finances are increasing as well, especially for those of you where you've been really committed to a vision, a dream, a career path, but you felt like it wasn't bearing fruit. I feel like now that's shifting. Okay, your first oracle, you have shadow dissolving in gaze of truth, going beyond fear, initiation. I also feel like you can see the path very clearly. If there was any distortion or confusion around who you are, what you wanted, where you were going, I feel like that's gone now, and you can understand and see, okay, this is my path. This is what feels aligned for me. This is the direction I want to move in. And your other card is light language. Universal language of oneness of love. Listen with your heart. I feel for this group, you've never, no matter how many things have shaken you or tested your faith, you never allowed it to put your light out or to have you fully, let go of your dream or let go of your visions for yourself. And it's this unshakable faith that I feel has seen you through. And, you can't have a lot of faith unless you have a big heart. Generally speaking, those that have the most faith are the ones that are most aligned with love. They don't allow external circumstance to put out I just keep seeing flames, and Spirit is showing me this divine light is burning brighter and stronger despite all the setbacks or despite the obstacles. And it's like now there's all these potentials for you because you didn't give up. We also have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. I'm hearing for some of you, these challenges or difficulties could have, I heard, brought you to your knees or brought you to God, right? It helped to elevate you, or you used it to enlighten you spiritually and to shift into higher and higher levels of consciousness, which is what is possible with any setback or challenge. But, not everyone takes that path, right? Or takes that route. And I feel for you, you've allowed it to make you better, shine brighter. Your energy field is really expansive right now because of the choices and the energy that you're in and the choices that you've made. And then you have earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. But this is what I'm getting as well. I heard it's okay to surrender. Some of you are laying down the energy of the warrior because it's no longer necessary. You may have needed it to survive, because I'm hearing for some of you, you have been through harsh experiences, conditions, relationships, things that did test your faith, but it's like now you can relax. Now you can be at peace. Now it's time for you. And it's like if you had to extend a lot of effort to make things happen in the physical, it's like now life is giving back to you, or life is being generous and abundant with you, especially those of you that have come from an energy of lack or felt a sense of lack. You also have community, healing, division, teamwork, freedom. For some of you, you also had to break free. You've broken a lot of, I want to say, generational patterns, programming, you've broken through karmic patterns and situations within yourself or in certain dynamics. But with freedom, I keep hearing you're free now. Right? You're free to move ahead. You're free as well with community to meet and connect with those who are like-minded, or those who really respect and understand, for example, your work, what you bring to the table, who you are. I just get a really strong level of self-love, or you needing to build yourself up to this energy and frequency. And then there's people that are coming in to meet you there. I also just heard not needing to explain yourself. Do you know when you're with people and they just are on the same frequency and you get each other? It's like that gives a level of kind of peace and reciprocity where you don't have to force things. You don't have to try to make them understand you or understand who you are and what you're about. There's just a sense of flowing and moving in unison, in harmony. And for some of you, that's why you can lay this warrior energy to rest, because you're entering a time where things are more harmonious. I keep seeing relaxation here. So for some of you, this could be spending more time going hiking, meditating, receiving, I don't know, it could be a facial, a massage, where you're really just pouring back into yourself. And we have here abundance, raising your vibration, light missions, Ra activations. Again, it's like you use the darkness to enhance your light. You use some of these difficulties to really help you flourish. And with the butterflies here as well, I keep getting set free. I keep hearing that song, Release Me. But you may be exhausted from what you've come out of. But you're entering a time of abundance, loving, harmonious connections. There's a really strong, soulmate or home-based energy here as well. I feel like love filling the home, and also success in general. I just think things are going to be blooming for you, but I just kept hearing the phrase, it was a long time coming, or it took a lot of inner work for you to be able to get here. And you may have felt like you were hit from every angle, because for many of you, I don't feel I'm only speaking about one area of life. I feel like this could have shown up in multiple ways, with multiple people, multiple cycles. And it could have, because I'm hearing never ending story, where it just keeps, like Groundhog Day, where it keeps playing out. It's like now your spirit is saying you're finally free. These situations are not going to keep coming. Okay, Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. For some of you, you have a life purpose that involves self-expression or putting yourself out there, starting your own business, starting your own projects, or even being like a CEO, a leader. And it's almost like these experiences were there to, I just keep hearing stoke the fire or stoke the flames to kind of bring you into this inner power and inner alignment. And sometimes there can be gentler methods or paths, but they don't always work, do they? Like when we're comfortable or when things are going, they're very smooth and very easy. I'm not saying you can't grow in those circumstances, but it's a lot less likely. It's a lot less likely you're going to. Most likely, we tend to kind of just sink into that comfort. So I feel for some of you, this is tied into your career, or a lot of you, your life purpose, that there were certain challenges, or it's like you had to constantly shed old skin, like a snake shedding old layers, to be able to step into this frequency now, to attract in, to live your purpose and attract in the level of abundance that you're here to create and receive. And you also have crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous alchemy. It's going to feel this way. Like for some of you, you're due miracles is what I'm hearing. It's going to feel miraculous, like night and day. Your life is going to feel like it went, because I'm seeing someone like in the thick of it or in the mud, right? Trying to push through these challenges, and it's sticky, it's difficult, it's dark. You keep attracting, whether it be like karmic people, situations. It's like, oh, when am I going to catch a break? And it's like now, it's like there's light, there's joy. And I'm not saying you will never have a difficulty again, but there's a very distinct like pivot point in your life where things have really transformed for you, and the sort of experiences and people that you once attracted or drew in, it's like you've healed the core beliefs or the energetic imprints that were drawing them forth. So now it's like you're receiving this vibration. You're receiving people that show up in this energy. You're essentially, it's going from, karmic or toxic energies and people to unconditional love, joy, the higher frequencies that you've nurtured within yourself. But with that warrior energy, you may need some rest coming out of this cycle, because something can close out for us, but it's almost like we may still have some memories or energies linked to the past, to what happened, or I don't know, like there could be some residue, some residual hurt or pain or disappointment based on the past experience or based on past happenings. And it's almost like allowing that to dissipate or letting go of that energy so that you can fully anchor in this new frequency, this new beginning, and start afresh. But it's going to feel as well for many of you like you start a brand new life. And for some of you, there could be, I've already mentioned almost every area of your life I feel like is due upgrades, or there's certain changes that are coming in, but it may feel like you have literally started or begun a brand new life because of how different it is to what you've experienced in the past. And just saw 1414 on the timer as well, which is 5-5. So there is a sense here again of huge change, but I feel like all of you have brought it in through it's almost like graduating spiritually. You've graduated beyond certain experiences or lessons, and that growth now speaks for itself, and is having an effect in the physical world. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. I feel for this group, you could be going through right now an energy of purging, clearing, and purification. I feel especially deep emotional healing right now. Like you may just find, because I'm seeing, like, say I put on a film and then this deep emotion starts to bubble up from a past experience. For some of you, I feel like there's a specific situation that you're healing from, right? And I feel like it could involve disappointment or betrayal of some sort. It's definitely in terms of your relationship sector. So I'm getting this energy of clearing and purging emotions, either linked to the past or linked to a past experience, and fully laying it to rest, right? And it's like clearing any emotional imprints with the underworld, subconsciously even, that are kind of darker, denser emotions from loss, pain, disappointment. It's almost like it's bubbling up to the surface so that it can be fully cleared and cleansed from your energy field. So you can welcome in with the 9 of Cups this, right? And with 9 of Cups, it does make me think of, light. I heard light work, light purpose. You may be here to really be a beacon of light, right? But sometimes as a light worker, we have to go through quite a few cycles of personal growth, specifically shadow work I'm getting for this group. And for example, there can be a situation that happened in the past, but the emotion hasn't fully released, or there could be emotion and beliefs with the King of Swords that you're still letting go of, or you're still clearing from the past. And I'm hearing, be really gentle with yourself right now, because I don't know if this coincided with the eclipse, but I'm getting that energy where you may notice you're more emotional, or there's almost like a clearing happening where a lot of memories are bubbling up. And this could be for some of you, things that you felt you've let go of, or this could even be energies from the long past. Because I'm feeling, for others of you, it may be more recent, but with 3 of Swords and 5 of Cups, I'm getting really strong energy of heartbreak. Heartbreak, disappointment, or being hurt in connection, right? And with that 5 of Cups, now I'm hearing that song by Hootie and the Blowfish, Let Her Cry if her tears run down her face. Let her sing if it eases all her pain. And let her go if she walks right out on me. And if the sun comes up tomorrow, let her cry or let her grieve. But that's what I'm getting. It's like really, you may be journaling, meditating. I'm hearing just sit with those emotions and allow them to flow and release. I feel like you're coming into a new level spiritually and energetically. And again, for some of you, this does definitely on your spiritual path. But for those of you where your spiritual path is linked to your career or your purpose, where you have either a spiritual business or you have certain goals or desires linked to spirituality, it's like this clearing has to happen first to align you, right? Because it brings you into balance. I keep getting emotional cleansing, and I keep seeing water as well. Some of you could be a water sign, or you could have water prominent in your chart, but I just feel like you may be feeling more tender, I'm hearing, over the next month or 2. And Spirit is wanting you to know there's nothing, because you may feel like, where is this coming from? Or am I still on the right path? You may be grappling with darker emotions or energies than what you're used to, right? Heavier emotion. But Spirit is saying, like, this is part of the process. Because as well, if we have certain emotions that we haven't fully transmuted, it's still active in our energy field, our auric field. And it's almost like Spirit is saying these energies have to be fully released to usher you to the next level. For some of you, I keep getting, you may be with the Hermit and the 9 of Cups, spiritual teachers, spiritual healers, energy healers. Like there's something about your spiritual path being linked to either your career or your purpose. And that's why it's so instrumental as well, because you can't carry around or hold these frequencies and fully live out that mission, because you have here Lemurian guide, sister, friend, teacher of infinite universal love. I'm hearing for some of you as well, like the way you love is so unconditional that it may be at times disconcerting, because perhaps you have not necessarily encountered others that love to this degree, right? I also feel like you may enter people's life as a lesson to, for example, those who connect with you, they may have never experienced unconditional love before. They may operate from a framework of fear, conditional love. They may have perhaps wounds within themselves, right? I've just heard hurt people hurt people. Often those that wound us are ones that are wounded or not in the vibration of love themselves. So I'm getting this energy of you may have been put in place almost as a lesson, or almost even like for some people may look up to you like a guide, but you may not have been met in kind with this energy. There could have been a sense of a lack of reciprocity, or not having, not meeting kindred spirits, right? I get really strong starseed energy from this group as well. You may also find emotion or the intensity of emotions a little difficult, especially dark, intense energies. I feel for this group, you're a starseed, you're a light worker, you're angelic, and you may be used to incarnating on planets where the frequency is a lot higher. Because I'm just getting this energy of, like, what is this? What's happening on this earth plane? For some of you, you haven't had a lot of incarnations on earth, and that can make it a little bit difficult as well. But I'm hearing that's part of the beauty of this incarnation, because it helps you to master, the physical realm, certain frequencies, emotions that you wouldn't be exposed to normally, or you wouldn't have access to. You have elders. Yeah, you are a spiritual elder. You literally have teacher of infinite universal love, and then you have spiritual mentoring, wisdom, equality, stability, experience, counsels. I feel for some of you, you're actually here to ground down ancient wisdom, or wisdom that you've held in other dimensions, other spaces, other incarnations. And part of this journey, you may feel a little like a fish out of water, or there could be a sense of, why don't people love the way I do? I keep hearing that. Or why don't humans show up the way I do, with compassion, patience, unconditional love? It may be quite difficult for you to fully grapple with or understand the way that people operate. I also feel for some of you, some of these experiences are instrumental, because I do see some of you are definitely guides or healers or spiritual teachers. And in order for me to work with others, right, I need to have a level of empathy and understanding of what they're going through. If you have a very smooth life, easy relationships, or relationships that, don't challenge you in any capacity, it is going to be harder to relate or hold compassion and hold space for those who are going through, for example, betrayal, heartbreak. Sometimes we need these experiences to fully understand the journey, right? The path, and to lead or help guide others out of that. I also get for this group, you may be from a star system where, again, there's less emotion, and they're very, I want to say intellectual, or they're advanced mentally. For example, you could incarnate somewhere where, there's telepathy, or there's certain mental abilities that are not common on Earth, that they would be considered normal in other dimensions. And so that could add a level of intricacy or difficulty when it comes to relating to humans. And look, you have double mission. Lightworker, starseed, serve the world by being you. So again, I feel for this group, your career is very much linked to your spiritual path. With double mission as well, I feel like for some of you, you have a very big life purpose, but part of that double mission is to interact with people to bring them this frequency. And with this Three of Swords, they could have been people that you poured love into, or you were showing compassion to, but they kind of couldn't offer you that, or there was a level of betrayal or backstabbing, right? partly because of the energetic mismatch. But I just feel it's like Spirit is saying, I'm hearing, don't lose hope, and you may have had to reach this point where you stopped personalizing how other people were reacting, because I do feel you're an empathic, sensitive soul. So you could take on other people's stuff. And it's like recognizing, no, they didn't treat me this way because of who I am. They treated me this way because of how they were feeling, or their fears, their limiting beliefs. And seeing that clearly enables you. It's still, there's still a level of healing emotionally that needs to occur. But it's like you're no longer carrying it as yours or a reflection of you. You're understanding that's them and their energy. You have messenger, you have serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So again, and look at the illumination around that throat chakra. I feel like you're here to help awaken others. And in the past, I heard you may have done it, or there may have been certain soul contracts where you would enter into a friendship or partnership with others, and have that play that role in a more intimate or personal way. Whereas now it's like on a stage or a platform where I see you reaching, though it's like you're reaching more people, but you're not connecting directly or personally with as many people. So it's like you can radiate this light and this frequency, but it's like it's not getting entangled in their stuff. You also have resurrection, commitment, purification, and devotion. So again, really strong energies for you of purification. I'm getting Phoenix energy with this resurrection. I feel like as you go through this process, you are going to feel, I want to say born again, but look at that diamond. It's like perfectly clear and cleansed and reflecting the light beautifully. So it's like any karmic challenges or situations that you've had, or even just disappointments in connection in general, it's like that's being cleared or wiped. The slate is being wiped clear. This could be also the clearing of any karmic lessons or residue. It's like perhaps you've outgrown that, or it no longer has an effect on you. And with devotion, I feel like it's helping you to devote yourself more fully to your purpose, because for this group, this is a very spiritually advanced group. I get really strong Lightworker energy, and you have Lightworker Starseed here. You have Portal, 5D, Healing Temple, Astral Travel. Again, you have a lot of spiritual gifts that would be considered, very much otherworldly on Earth, like astral travel, telepathy. You just know things, right? Super psychic. And some of you are here to share these gifts, or to deliver messages, to share wisdom that you've accumulated. I'm hearing for this group in other dimensions. But with 5D as well, I also think you've ascended past some of these lessons or these experiences. It's like you're ready for higher. I'm hearing that Whitney Houston song, Bring Me a Higher Love. It wasn't originally by Whitney Houston, but I'm thinking of that remake with Whitney Houston. I think it was Whitney Houston and Kygo. But I keep hearing like a higher love or higher experiences that are coming in, because I feel in many ways you've graduated, or you got what you needed from these experiences. There's nothing more for you to learn. And you have Halls of Amente, initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. You have so much treasure buried within you when it comes to ancient wisdom, certain abilities. I don't even think you've fully tapped into the amount of abilities and gifts that you possess. But that may be coming online as well, where you've dealt with some of the, I just heard, gnarly energies or the denser, darker energies. And there's this level of purging and shadow work, which now is allowing you to access higher levels of frequencies, or access certain gifts or abilities that could have lain dormant for a period of time while you were going through this process. Yeah, I'm hearing now you're ready. It's like, as we grow and evolve spiritually, we're ready for more power, and any psychic or spiritual gift or ability, there's a level of responsibility that comes with it, right? And I feel like you're ready for, I just see ultimately a huge level up or ascension. And look, you have Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support sitting on the Nine of Cups. Definitely an earth angel, and you have so much divine support around you. I just heard you're getting your wings as well. There's a sense of, I just keep seeing someone elevating. like someone rising from the ashes, very strong phoenix energy. With angelic attunement and voice activation, there's something really powerful about, some of you can channel light language, some of you are literal channels where you channel messages, divine frequencies. Some of you may be musicians, or you have a gift when it comes to singing or music that can really help heal others, because I'm hearing your voice is healing and your voice helps to elevate the vibrations of others, but the planet in general. And that's a huge reason or part, an aspect of why you're here. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So for this mystery message, I feel as though you're being blessed with new ideas, and for some of you, a new beginning, right? Like I'm getting this energy of coming out of a space of potentially lack with the Five of Pentacles and the Hangman, but also maybe even like a lack of energy, right? Where there's a sense of, because I feel like there's all this creative potential I'm sensing right now, or like there's new energies that are wanting to come into your world, but you could have been, for example, in a healing phase with the Hangman, or there could have been some energies that had to clear first before you kind of were firing on all cylinders and ready to charge ahead. And I just said, make things happen, be in this vibration of, things moving ahead, new opportunity, new ideas for some of you with that Page of Wands and Page of Cups. I just keep hearing new. So for some of you, you may just be, starting a lot of new things or meeting new people and having new experiences across the board in multiple facets of your life. With the Tia and the Queen of Cups, if there was anything that was, holding you back emotionally, or anything that needed to be released here with justice, I feel like you've already done that. And now you're ready for some of you, it could be a brand new life, because I don't feel like I'm just speaking about one thing. So for some of you, you could have been wanting to start anew or start fresh or begin again, but it's like you weren't, there's almost this energy like things weren't lining up or things weren't happening with the Hangman. And it's like now everything is coming into alignment, or you can just feel like this exciting new beginning. I just felt like a rush as I said that. For some of you, there could have been creative ideas or projects or dreams that got put on hold because of either it could have been a lack of resources, or it could have just been feeling like, when you're in that energy where you're not feeling inspired, or you don't have as much energy. And it's like you're coming out of that energy so that you're ready to start creating, and like you can see you ascend and you raise your frequency, then you come out running, right? That's what I'm getting, like very passionate, very creative. Now I'm hearing that song, You Make My Dreams Come True. I feel like some of you are artists, or you have some sort of creative talent or gift that you're wanting to build on. But for others of you, it's like you could be moving into a life or creating a life, because I'm hearing your life is your canvas. So you could be creating a life that beautifully reflects who you are, what you want, what you're passionate about. If you felt like kind of, lackluster in life, or felt as though your life was kind of, I'm hearing dry or bland or mundane, it's like that's what's shifting as well, because you have Way of Pearls, liminal space, new energies, trust, time of growth. And again, we go through multiple cycles in our life, and every cycle is beneficial. But I feel like you could have been, again, in like a cocoon phase, a healing phase, or an energy where you were more, I want to say introverted or internal. You were focused on, your own creative expression, or your own fear, like I'm hearing your own emotional state, your inner world. But it's like, as we keep feeding that energy, it can give way to new ideas, new inspiration, new motivation. And that's what I just keep hearing, a new beginning is here for you. And it could be this energy of now feeling like, yeah, my dreams can come true. I'm in this refreshed, renewed energy. I can make changes, or I can make things happen in my life that really feel good and aligned to me and for me. And with trust as well, trust and time of growth. I keep hearing that phase was necessary though, to really help to go within, first of all, because I could be a creative genius, right? I may be so talented in a particular whether it be as a writer, a painter. But say I don't have this level of depth, right? And I go and try to write a book. I have this skill in terms of language and grammar, but I don't have the soul to it, right? Like sometimes we need these experiences to deepen what we're creating or what we're bringing to this world. Ditto if you're, a healer or, you want to start a business. Oftentimes the best business ideas come from something we've overcome ourselves, right? Or something that we understand. So I'm hearing for some of you, this phase, it's like that pearl needed time to kind of percolate or grow or evolve. And it's like, now you're ready. Because you also have nurture, self-healing, ruby ray, birthing the new earth. Yeah, sitting above the 9 of Wands. So again, you may have needed to take time to fill your own cup, but even clarify your vision. Because again, if I'm a creative, I can know I have a talent, but I may not have an idea to really work on or an idea that feels really aligned. You need to find your own creative style, or you need to find, in the sense of an entrepreneur, I need to find the business that really strikes a chord with me, really resonates, because if I don't have that love and passion, it's going to show through in what I'm doing. It's like, they're showing me someone like, is it called tilling the soil? Or, when you kind of like allow the soil to rest, and I'm seeing that, right? Like the soul needs to be, the soul. Well, maybe for you, the soul needed to be prepared, but the soil needs to be prepared for, the plants to bloom, to grow. That's what I'm seeing. And that's what this phase was all about, like having the right nutrients, giving back to self. For some of you, you could have been exhausted physically, because that can also create, physical burnout can create a burnout in terms of our creativity and our passion. So for some of you, you had to like replenish the physical body, literally through self-care, in order to be ready for this. Yeah, we have inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. I keep hearing something that you've processed or gone through internally brings this new beginning, or brings a new idea that brings, this fresh start, right? More abundance, success, blessings that come in. But it may be linked to something you've gone through, and that's how that idea first came about. And it's like, you may be seeing the big picture of, oh, this is why things had to unfold this way. Especially when we're in this hangman energy and we're like, why am I stuck here? Like, why aren't things moving? When is it going to proceed? When is my time? I keep hearing, but it's like, this had to happen to create your time, or to spark. It's like you go through this and then it sparks the idea. For some of you, I really feel like you're a creative or an entrepreneur, because I keep hearing an idea or a download of something you're going to do or create or move toward. But it's like, if you took away this part of the story, it wouldn't have happened. It's making me think of that film with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, is it Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? And it's like he's trying to unravel her memory because there's heartbreak, but then he finds like it would literally be unraveling him, because it's woven together in the story of who he is. That's what I'm getting, like that type of energy. And look, big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. It's almost like, as well, for some of you, if you were in this like cocoon energy, right? Solitude, that's when the idea drops, or that's when you get the download. And it's like, you may not have, or you may not act on it straight away, but there's a sense of, oh, that's what I'm doing. And with Pleiadian energy as well, that gives me very creative energy. I feel for this group, even if you don't identify as an artist, the way you move through the world, you are an artist. With the tear as well here, and I'm getting really strong, you have great visions in terms of your third eye is highly activated. And it's funny here, you literally have visionary. So I'm getting that. You may literally receive a vision about the future, about what you're working on, projects, but with the tear as well, I'm getting for some of you, you may resonate with being quite emotional. Emotional in the sense of being very sensitive, moved by life. And when you look at most artists, that is true, right? They have that. They're very heart-centered, and I feel like you can find the beauty or create beauty from, I just heard nothing but from ash even. Like, you can take the darkness and spin it into a beautiful project, book, painting, business. And you have here, make a wish. Clearing comparisons, surrender to magic. Yeah, it's like things are going to start moving in a way where you feel as though they're magical, or you feel as though, I keep hearing it's your time, or you've come into your own. And with citrine as well, it is a stone of abundance. And I am getting this obviously ties into your abundance, so it could lead to an increase in wealth. You have here alchemy of love. Peace, offering compassion, Venus energy. So we have Venusian energy above the Page of Wands. So again, very strong creative energy, beauty. I'm getting beauty, love, harmony. There's just a lot more grace that's flowing into your life, or will be flowing into your life. But they keep saying what you went through here is what's creating this now. And with that dove of peace, I'm just getting this sense of like flying free from any storms or any difficulties. And with the tear, this can also link to some of the healing work that you've done that has, I'm hearing, expanded you, or it's informed what you're going to create. So some of you may write a book or paint something or create something, but the inspiration was, darkness, I want to say, or difficulty. For some of you, you may create a business or a product or service that links to something that you've struggled with, or the understanding of this desire or need came from you having to go through it. That's what I'm getting. It's like I keep seeing someone spinning the darkness to light. And that is ultimately what an artist does. But there's also an element here of alchemy, right? Where you can alchemize certain situations or experiences to almost have them work in your favor. For example, if you've had certain setbacks or there've been difficulties, it's like now it's working for you. And with big picture thinking, it's like I'm hearing you're not afraid to dream, or you're not afraid to just take action on these ideas and flow with life, with Queen of Cups. We saw the Nine of Wands before beneath nurture, and you could have had a little bit of resistance when it came to surrender or letting go. And that's a really important aspect when it comes to manifestation, right? So there could have been some energies that you needed to release or transmute that enables you to fully move ahead now. You may find as well things moving forward for you are a lot, I want to say, more rapid, or things happen more quickly. And with surrender to magic in synchronistic ways, I want to say, where I'm just seeing things lining up or pieces of the puzzle coming together. And of course you still take action, but it's like you're going to understand, that's why I was in this hangman energy, because the timing wasn't right. And what makes that apparent is because how effortlessly things kind of come together now, or how things tend to line up for you now. You have Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. Yeah, so again, I still think obviously you're taking this idea, this offering, this project, business, and you're grounding it, you're taking action on it, right? With Isis energy as well and Venus energy, I'm getting really strong divine feminine frequencies here. And when I think of Pleiadian energy, it does make me think of, the embodiment of divine feminine. But you are still taking action in the physical, but there's a detachment, right? You're not attaching your identity, your worth, your value to what you're creating. You're aligned with it, you're bringing it into form, and then you're surrendering outcomes. You also have Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. Yeah, and like with this Queen of Cups, like there's a cleansing here, but it's like the creative juices and fire is back again with supernova. It's like I see you doing and running toward something you're so passionate about. And with recreation, they could be bringing or referencing the past as well, because you could have tried this in the past, or you could have had an idea in the past linked to your creativity or your entrepreneurial abilities, but it didn't work out. And Spirit's saying, but now you've got the right idea. Because again, you can have all the talent in the world, and that talent is a factor, but having, again, someone can be a great writer and technically put down the best words, but if it's the energy behind it, right? It's the storyline. Is it connecting with others? Is it moving them? You need a level of wisdom. Like say I'm writing nonfiction. I need a level of wisdom to write that nonfiction based on my own experience. So for those of you where you're getting a second go at something or almost like a second round, I feel like this time you're going to be blown away with, number one, the level of success, but also how things flow. Like you will feel fully in alignment this time, and it won't feel like you're trying to push a rock up a hill, right? Where you can't gain any traction. And that's the shift as well. That's partly because number one, you're ready, like it's your time. But I also feel in this cocoon phase or in this phase of introspection, you've been able to dislodge certain beliefs or energies that were almost serving as, you know, a form of resistance or a barrier to what you were seeking or what you were wanting to create. So that's all I have for you. I hope this resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. I just heard the phrase, things are falling apart so they can fall together. So if there's any turmoil right now, or it feels like, oh my God, what's happening? Things aren't working out, or I don't know, it could be, this transition could be a little bit messy, but it's opening to something beautiful. Like when you look at these cards, this is where you're headed, right? With the Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. I feel for some of you, again, this could be definite increased finances or success with a vision you have, a dream you've had, but it also could be linked to a connection. For those of you that want that, but there's definitely soulmate energy here as well. And can you see there's 2 sets of hands here? So for some of you, and 2 owls. So for some of you as well, this could relate to a divine union or a counterpart. But I just get this energy of things feeling messy or this tower falling, and there's some chaos through this transition, especially with the 8 of Cups and Death, because for this group, you've closed out a huge cycle, or there's a lot of energies that need to close out in your life and empty out to bring this in, because they're showing me spirit literally emptying someone. This could also be emptying your thoughts, emptying yourself from the past or energies that don't serve you anymore. I'm just hearing, if it feels chaotic, like trust this process. With the 8 of Cups and Death, there's a sense here of fully putting a close to what was. And with the Tower and then the Chariot, it's like a lot of things may fall away, and then there could be a shift or a change, move. It doesn't have to be moved literally like a relocation, but there could be shifts in terms of, you know, all areas essentially I'm getting with this combination. Relationships, job, there just could be a lot of endings stacked up, and then it kind of ushers you toward, it's like destiny is guiding you here, but it looks like this is happening with Death in the Tower, like everything's crumbling. But it's actually your biggest blessing. And with the vision, there's a very clear vision that you're bringing in or you will bring in. It could be as well for some of you, your finances and career are actually linked to a counterpart. So this could be someone you work with, or there's something, for example, I can meet and come into union with someone and they help to inspire me in regards to my career and what I want to do. Like that through being a cheerleader or through, you know, just supporting me in my vision. It could be as well that this person themselves is very abundant. So they have, you know, there's a level of financial abundance and support that comes with, you know, being with them or knowing them because of that. With 10 of Pentacles, I see you coming in into a tremendous amount of wealth and stability. And it's almost like there's such a vast amount of love here as well. It creates a sense of stability. This is like the connection or connections that you can really ground upon. You can really trust, you can build. But again, I keep hearing this transition may be quite messy or quite painful, and Spirit is wanting you to hold your faith because it's taking you somewhere beautiful. The first oracle we have, fire and water. Stillness amidst turmoil, feel emotional integration. In this union, it could be like one of you is a fire sign and one of you is a water sign as well, or this person has a combination of fire and water, because we have very strong Scorpio, Cancerian energy, and I can feel water energy as well, especially here with this Two of Cups. So stillness, yeah, with stillness amidst turmoil, again, and feel an emotional integration. There could be some emotions that are brought up, especially with this volcano. Sometimes there's some closures, or there's this tower falls and it helps to liberate certain energies we may have been holding, even unconsciously. So I feel like cleansing emotionally is part of this process, but I also feel as well this divine shakeup leads you here. So there's something about, like, for example, in order for me to come into union with this counterpart, someone, if I'm in a relationship, that person needs to walk away or leave my life to make room. Yeah. Or, you know, to come into this abundance, and this can be abundance that actually is aligned with me, I may need to walk away, or I may lose a job that isn't aligned. So there's a sense of what doesn't align to you and doesn't align to this vision is being cleared right now. You also have Master number 11 with Archangel Metatron, universe, wholeness, commune with all life, micro and macrocosm. I just keep hearing things are lining up, but it's not going to look or feel that way. Like, it could feel as though nothing is working, everything is falling apart. You have no idea what's next for you. I also just heard confusion. So for some of you, you could be holding this vision and you're like, I feel, you know, in a quite a positive mindset, and then all of this happens and it's like, what? Like, you know, how am I so off course with this manifestation? But in reality, it's leading you to it. It just isn't going to feel that way. And for some of you, it's also ushering in, because once you reach this energy, you will be living a completely different life to the life you once had, or how you once moved through the world. And it's like certain things have to shift and change first in order for that to happen. It's like the universe has to rip away what is not meant for you and what doesn't serve, you know, your highest timeline, your highest expression, to bring in your highest timeline. Because you also have your not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. With the tower here, if you've had a lot of people abruptly leave your life, walk away from you, not just romantic, but this could be like, you know, co-workers, friends, just in general. If you've had a lot of closed doors, or you felt like, why does everyone, like, you may feel like people just run away from you, or there's something happening where you can't understand what's going on. And it's because I think for some of you, you have a really big purpose, and you have for many of you, there is a soulmate union that's destined for you in this lifetime. You still have free will. If you don't want it, then fair enough. But I do feel it's like spirit is like closing the door on all these people or situations or connections that aren't really aligned for you, because it's almost like you were being saved or protected for this. Right? Because these people, I just keep hearing these people weren't your tribe. With face your true north, again, you may be quite unique, or you're on a very unique spiritual path, spiritual mission. And not everyone is going to understand that, and they may slow you down in this process. But with the vision, I feel like there's something big you both create together. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Yeah, the mystery message is you may feel like life is falling apart or your manifestations aren't working, but what looks like it's not working is your manifestation coming in. It's the passage of how it gets to you. It just may be uncomfortable, or it may not look the way you expected it to. You also have the void. Ego shattering, soul fragments, emptying. And this is it. Right now, your life, maybe even you, your sense of self, your energy is being emptied out from the past, from things that don't serve you, what you need to let go of, what you've outgrown. I know it says soul fragments, but I actually heard soul ties. So some of you may be called to like cord cut, or I'm hearing cleansing other people's energy, because with this divine union as well, I feel like it's a very high frequency, you know, connection, and there's certain levels of, there's a vibration you need to be in individually as well as this other in order to come together, right? For it to click in. And there needs to be a clearing or a letting go of other people's energies or past experiences, past difficulties that aren't aligned with this. You also have cycles of change, illuminating boundaries, new beginnings. Yeah, you're definitely due a huge new beginning, but it's like the new beginning is hidden behind the tower. And that's why you really may not see this coming, or there could be a lot of, I just heard fear when these things are going on, because it seems like nothing is working out, or you may even question, am I on the right path? Are my manifestations even working? But with ego death as well, you could be shedding like an old version of yourself or ideas you've had about yourself, right? Like when I've had a certain connection, say I've had a connection with someone that wasn't very was emotionally unavailable, wasn't really, didn't hold space for me. I could assume maybe I'm too much. Maybe I can't receive what I want or what I deserve. And it's like I may need to unravel those beliefs to prepare for union with someone that, is very emotionally available and present. So there could be a little bit of clearing. And I think for most of you, you've already done a lot of this deep spiritual or soul work, but there could be a little bit of healing or clearing in preparation for this. Essentially, anything that's not aligned with unconditional love or any beliefs that do not support union or a connection like this, that's what I think you're letting go of, because it just doesn't serve you at this time. And I feel like the universe and life is about to prove otherwise. With the vision and these 2 hours, I'm hearing like both of you are very old souls. And it's like you may be here with 10 of Pentacles, you may be here to live out a life or a mission that's kind of unconventional. When I say unconventional, I mean it's not aligned to the ego's values, societal values, right? So you could this could be like alternative living, or this could be, definitely working in the spiritual arts, or, with alternative methods of healing, for example. I just keep hearing, it's like I'm seeing like twin souls or mirror souls where there's such a connection here and you're very similar at a soul level. I don't love to use the term twin flame, but it is giving that energy. You have Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Yeah, I feel like you've already ended a cycle and you're in this huge energetic shift. But again, when energies are clearing out, it can be chaotic and messy. And with new information and with these light codes, there's something about your energy coming together or clicking together with this person that activates something inside of you. Like it's like you can understand or receive information that you weren't privy to previously. Or I don't know, it's like their information or their wisdom mixed with yours creates, for example, you create a business from it, or a book, or it's like they have that missing, I don't want to say missing piece, because I do believe we're all whole within ourselves, but there's something about the energy they bring to the table, or the energy they trigger within you that's instrumental to what you do in regards to career, life purpose. It's like, because the level of resonance you have on a soul level, it's like you'll feel the intensity. You'll feel that heat when you meet each other. There could be a lot of passion and chemistry as well, because of your energy I'm seeing energies like firing off each other. It's like you charge each other up, I want to say. It could be as well that being around or with this person gives you a new level of confidence where you feel really inspired, you feel really confident, you feel as though you can do anything. I'm hearing like touch the sky, like and now I'm hearing that song Wind Beneath My Wings, but it's not really that per se, because I feel like both of you are on equal playing fields, in the sense of both of you are successful, both of you are each other's cheerleader. It's a very balanced union. And part of why it's balanced is you're actually at a soul level, in terms of your energy, you're very, very similar. And I feel like you both have incarnations or wisdom that's ancient, that goes way back. You have Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Yeah, it's like they activate or spark your heart chakra, which with generosity is unlocking new levels of abundance and success within you. And it's like a joint vision or a joint mission. And I kept getting that. So it's, for example, like say, I'm a healer. I could team up with someone and, we design workshops together, and we like host or lead the workshop together. Or like say we both have our own business. We're both healers, but then we decide to collaborate. We might write a book together, or we may do a workshop together. It's like my information perfectly complements the other and vice versa. When it clicks together, it's like I don't know, maybe it's like two healers that have different specialties, but they bring it together and it's, you know, and come up with a new modality or something very original. That's what I'm getting. But it's like you have a joint mission or you're on a very similar path, and that's what makes this connection so beautiful. And again, it doesn't have to be in the healing arts. That's just an example, but for some of you it could be. But I just keep hearing you hold a very similar vision in regards to your purpose, your career, just your path in general. The way you want to live may really map on. And in the past, you may have felt, I'm hearing, very different, or you may have been around people that were living in a very, I want to say, societal way, conventional way, you know, very cookie cutter. So you could have felt like you were outside of that mold, and it's like you're meeting or coming into union with someone that lives in a way and wants similar things to you. The values map on, and not to mention just that energy, the effect that has on you and vice versa. It helps. It's very strong, magnetic, creative energy. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.